Hello guys, in this video I'm going to share with you the tools that I use secretly for my braces, and I would say secretly and seldomly used. Secretly in a way that my orthodontist doesn't know that I actually use them, and seldomly because I only use them in cases of emergencies or if there is a dire need to use them. I don't use this tool to alter anything with my treatment. Alright, so these are the tools that we got here. We have the Explorer. Here we got Explorer. And then we have the closed muscle plier. And then we had this hardwire cutter, the flat pliers, and finally the cheek refractor. So let's start with the Explorer. So they call this the Explorer. So I know that those who have their braces are quite familiar with this tool because this is what your orthodontist use whenever they try to get the brackets. I mean, no, not the brackets. When the orthodontist tries to get the rubbers on each of your brackets, so they use this Explorer. So aside from using this to remove the rubbers, if you notice, your orthodontist or your dentist will use this to examine your teeth. So the sharp tip of this Explorer, as you can see, can you see that? Ooh, it's not focusing. But anyway, so as you can see, there is a tip which is a sharp one. This tip is used by your orthodontist to check some soft surfaces with your teeth. It will help them determine if there is a decay, because if there's a decay, then there will be some softness with the surface of your teeth. And aside from that, it can also determine the presence of any tartar deposits, and it is used to detect some irregularities with the surface of your teeth that needs to be addressed. So now the question is, when do I use these tools? So I only use the Explorer when I feel like my rubbers is about to fall off or if they are not placed accordingly. So it's very unlikely that the rubbers be removed or displaced. And the times that the rubbers can get off from its bracket is because of the food that the patient is eating, whether it's hard or chewy. Those kinds of food, it can actually affect or potentially remove the rubbers in your or on your brackets. So yeah, I just use this to just correctly place the brackets that I have. I mean, no, not the brackets, but the rubbers. So it's easier actually to like hook the rubbers using this one, unlike your fingers would be quite difficult. So you have a more control in trying to place them correctly onto your bracket. This is actually the most helpful, this side, because it's quite fine compared to the other one. So yep, you can actually use this just to correctly place the rubbers that you have without having to go to your orthodontist just to have it fixed. So next is we got here the closed muscle plier. So there are actually two of this, the open and closed muscle, but what I have here is the closed muscle. So you can see the mouth is actually closed. So the only difference with the open and closed muscle is that the open muscle here has a bit of a gap between these two tips that we got here. So I know you're familiar with this, especially those with the braces. So if you recall, this is what your orthodontist use whenever they try to install the new rubbers to your brackets. So this tool has a ratcheting end. So when you try to click it and it goes all the way in, and then it released string like that, so it's easier for you to hold the rubbers. I mean, your dentist would likely use this because it holds the rubbers better, and then just try to release it without given much effort. So I had my first orthodontic treatment, and there was a time that I cannot go back to have the monthly adjustments. And so, with the permission of my orthodontist, I have to change the rubbers on my own because I was doing field work, and sometimes it can take us for about a couple of weeks in the field, and there's no way that I can have my adjustments. So my orthodontist just allowed me to change the rubbers on my own using this one. So this was so helpful during that time. I used this once when my wire was actually moving towards a different direction. My wire has like an indication where it should be placed, like the center of the arch wire. There's a time that the center of the wire wasn't really at the center of my teeth. It was moving at the right side. So I used this to just, place it in between my two front teeth. And take note, I've only done that after my orthodontist actually did that to me, because prior to that, it actually happened twice. So the first one, I have to go back to my orthodontist. So I have to drive like 15 to 30 minutes going to the clinic. And then when I got there, she just grabbed this one and she just moved the wire to, and I was like, so I just went here to have my arch wire moved. It was just, it didn't even reach a minute to do that. And so when that thing happened again, when the arch wire moved its way out of the center of my teeth, then I just use this and just place it right there back at the middle. There is a certain time during my first orthodontic treatment that I used the elastics, the elastic bands that is used to align your teeth. And there are times that the elastic bands are attached to the very end of the braces and back to the first one. And it's difficult sometimes to put it using your or place it using your fingers. This can be your friend for those who are having a hard time in placing their elastics. Okay, so for the next one, we have the hard wire cutter and the flat pliers. Actually, I don't know why I have this. But I think this is for the extreme, because I haven't really used this much. Or did I use it? I actually forgot. But maybe let's start first with the hardwire cutter. From the word cutter, you have to cut something. And, we don't want to do that because we don't have the authority to cut anything with our braces, obviously. I think the only time that I needed this was when, again, in my first treatment, there was a point where the wire that was connecting my molar with my premolar wasn't really aligned well. It was so painful that I wasn't able to sleep well. And how I wish that I had this one. So after that incident, I don't really have the reason to use this anymore. I just wish that I had this before, but right now I don't want to cut anything with my braces. Maybe I can use this sometime, but hope not. So the flat pliers, I haven't really used this. I just want to show you that I have one. Among all the tools that I have here, this is the only one that I didn't use. I'm just showing you because I have it. Well, actually, I don't really have to use this because I already have the Mathau flat pliers. So this is actually just an extra, just in case my Mathau plier disappears anytime. So the last but not the least is the cheek refractor. So actually, I got this cheek refractor because of the viewers. There are comments saying that maybe I should use a teeth refractor to show the progress of my teeth. So far in my previous videos, in my recent videos, I haven't used this yet. But yeah, I'm gonna use this to show the progress of my teeth, and hopefully this will give us a better view of how my teeth will move for the next months. Actually, this cheek refractor is kind of weird to use in front of the camera because it's going all the way in and you will have a full view of the teeth. And I hope it doesn't look weird and awkward. So, yeah, I bought the cheek refractor. That's it. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to get more of these kind of videos about braces. And by the way, I upload my monthly adjustment updates, so if you want to track the progress of my teeth, you should subscribe to my channel. Anyway, if you wanted to check my previous monthly updates, you can check this video, and if you're curious what happens during your monthly braces adjustments, you can watch this video. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye.